Sometimes in affair recovery, when it's been a while, a year, 2 years, people who are recovering as the betrayed partner, they have this moment of, what am I doing here? I don't even like this person anymore, or I don't even know how to see this person anymore, or yeah, they're doing all the right things, but I don't know how I can actually move on with them. I've heard this several times from my clients, even, and especially in my Facebook group. So, hi, I'm Monica Humple. I'm a master certified coach, and I coach betrayed partners like myself through affair recovery, especially those of us who are choosing to stay in our relationship. It's not easy to do, it's not easy to stay. It can be extremely rewarding if you do, and it can also be very challenging if you do. So, I'm here to help. And this is one of those issues that I think we may struggle with. So I hope you'll stick around if this is you and you're at a place where you're wondering, what am I supposed to do? I don't even know if I can feel the same way about this person anymore. I don't even think I can see them as a good person anymore. I don't know what to do. Stick around. I think I have some great tips for you. Even if your partner is doing all the right things and they have been truly repentant, and maybe they've done like a complete 180 and become the person you always wish they would be within the relationship, and then yet you still feel like ick, I guess that's the best way to put it. You don't know how you feel towards them. I think there's a reason that I think, first of all, that can be very normal. It's hard when someone that we have, uh, I stopped short of saying idolized, but a person that we and never in a million years thought they would do something like this to us, right? We lived in this relationship with this person that we thought was amazing and loved us and treasured us, and we were vulnerable with them, and we trusted everything they were doing and saying, and then they did the ultimate horrible thing. The ultimate horrible thing. It's so hard because we were over here and now we're way over here, and we don't know. We're trying to get back to that wonderful place where we um see them as these amazing people, right? We really want to get back to that. A couple of things I want to share with you that may shed some light on why this might be a hard thing to do, and also maybe how you can use some strategies to maybe get back to a place where the two of you can see each other in a very positive light again. Let's start with the why. I believe after an affair, there's a part of us that's desperately trying to reclaim what we lost. You see, the marriage we thought we had, the person we thought we married, we're grieving all of this, right? It's a loss. I mean, that's all grief means, is that we've lost something very dear to us. And that's why we feel such pain and sadness and depression and anger. I mean, there's a lot of things that we go through because we've lost this thing that's very precious, right? So I think there's a part of us that wants that back. I think in some ways wish that we could just reclaim that. Maybe some of that naivete we had, maybe some of that vulnerability we had. There's a lot we want to reclaim. And the only experience we have to draw from is pre-affair. What if what we're trying to reclaim is something that we're not going to get back exactly as it was? And that's the big struggle. So when we see this person that we used to think was like this, and now we're seeing them like this, and we can't reconcile those two things, and we're trying to reclaim what was, but we're exhausted because we can't get back to that. What if the reason we can't get back to that is because that's not It's not reasonable to get back to that place. It's not realistic. We are both different people after an affair. We become different people. I think instead of trying to reclaim what was, I think we may be better off trying to recreate what can be. We human beings are not the total sum of every bad thing we've ever done. We are the total sum of every bad thing and every good thing we've done. Every human being has a mixture of good and bad going on in them at any given time. Every human being has flaws. So as we grow and we evolve in life, we're going to change. I promise you, I am not the same person I was before the affair. I've had no choice but to evolve because I've grown. I've had to examine things so deep within myself, and I've had to work so hard on so many things. I have been broken and literally glued back together. I can't possibly try to be a person I was 20 years ago. That can't happen. I think the same could be said about my marriage. My husband is not the same man he was 20 years ago either. So if I were trying to see him the same way I was seeing him before the affair, he would never do this to me. And he's going to totally protect my heart all the time. I can't reclaim everything from before. I need to recreate, not reclaim. And here's what this looked like with me. Let me see if I can help you see this differently. My husband today is a lot more open and vulnerable than he was before the affair. I love that. I love that about him. I love that we can have these really serious, deep conversations now that we couldn't have before without defensiveness, without pointing out something somebody did, 14 years ago or whatever. We're able to sit down and do these things. I love that. Is my husband perfect? Absolutely not. But I have come to love the man he is today. Not that I look back in the past and don't like the man he was 20 years ago. No, but he is different. I am different. So I have leaned in to get to know him again with new eyes. Through the eyes of a person who recognizes all the changes within herself and recognizing that there's no way in a million years that I can make all these changes and love all these changes about me, but then expect him to go back and be this other guy that I'm missing so incredibly much. No. Who he is today is precious. And I've grown to love this man. So if you were in this place right now and you were looking at your spouse and they have stayed faithful, they have done a complete 180, they have done so many great things, they have become these amazing people, and yet you still look at them and you're seeing ick, what would it look like if you just put that ideal, that thought in your mind about who you wish they were back into something that sounds more like, gosh, I wonder who he is. What if we turned wishing things were different into curiosity about how they actually are? When is the last time we sat down and really listened to our spouse, how they're thinking, how they're feeling, what's going on with them, and be curious about who they are, get to know them all over again, fall in love with them all over again? The reality is sometimes when we're feeling a certain way towards somebody, and it could be anybody, not just affair recovery, by the way, this is just a life lesson. When you find yourself feeling negatively towards a person, the first thing you need to do is check how you're thinking about them. What are you thinking? Are you having positive thoughts about this person? Or are you having negative thoughts about this person? Are you assuming negative things about this person? Or are you assuming the best about this person? A lot of times what's happening here dictates what happens here. Just You see what I'm saying? Take time to really examine how you're thinking towards your spouse, your significant other. What is it that you're thinking of them? Are you constantly thinking that they are a cheater, they're a horrible person, and there's no way they will ever be faithful to you your entire relationship? Are you thinking about them that, all of the disgusting things they might have done with the affair, whatever it is? What are you thinking? And is that filtering into how you are feeling? What if you were curious instead of condemning? I don't know. And you know what? Here's the thing. We're all different. Okay. You might go through this entire, process of trying to be curious, and you still come out on the other end saying, I can't do this. That's okay. That's okay. We're all different. We're all in a different circumstance. And I am fully aware, as you probably are, that not all marriages can survive an affair. Not all relationships can make it through an affair. That's just reality. But what if what you're struggling with today is more about how you're trying to recreate something that's not realistic than it is about that person actually not being lovable or you not actually having feelings for them? What if what's happening up here is determining what's happening in here? That's fixable. That's something you can change. You have the power to shift that if you want to. So why don't you give that a try? I coach people like us, people who are going through affair recovery. If you're looking for someone to help you get through this, I would love a chance to help you get through this. There's a link down in my description below that free resources, please be sure you grab them, and how to schedule a free consultation with me. I can tell you more. We can work it out. We can talk about it. I look forward to doing that. And hey, subscribe. If you like this content, subscribe. That way you get notified whenever I drop a new video. But hey, give it a try, guys. There's nothing there's nothing you can lose, right? It's nothing you can lose if you just try.